The next panelist I'd like to introduce to you is Brenda Guiled. Brenda is a community researcher, writer, and president of Island Pathways. And our question to you, Brenda, how will realistic road costs impact residential property taxes?
Good afternoon. First of all, I just have to say, and this is from the heart, I'm so glad to see kids here. And by the time they graduate from grade 12, with luck, we'll get this right, and they won't be voting in the next referendum. Although my husband is holding out for the Republic of Salt Springs, so that might be the next one. I think that we're going to vote for two basic reasons. And my first reason is the higher ideal one, which is I really believe in the separation of the land use and zoning and service delivery and a municipality. That's the one thing that a municipality can't offer. But another reason that we have to, that some of us are choosing to vote, some more than others, is with the pocketbooks. And can we afford to live here? Can renters afford to live here? So in the road data that I've gathered, it comes down to some simple numbers. And I also find that a lot of people are voting in kind of a belief system. So in terms of the road numbers, I pulled together. Actually, first of all, there's this handout that's available that has the tax implications, and you can pick one up over there. But I've summarized it in a graph. So you don't have to worry about what the actual numbers are. The y-axis goes from $200 up to over $1,100. And on the x-axis, hello? If you believe what the incorporation study report says, you then believe that our roads cost about $7,000 per kilometer to maintain per year. That's the total cost for maintenance as well as fixing things that fall into the sea, the rehabilitation and reconstruction that's needed for today's standard. So if you believe that, then that's about what we get out of. It's not exactly true, but what we get out of the provincial rural property tax that we pay. And on the average residential dwelling or property, last year it was about $268. So if we continue to have MOTI look after our roads, that in 2016 constant dollars is this green line. And it will stay constant regardless of road costs. I mean, it'll go up a bit, but of course it'll be inflation adjusted. And if you believe in the $7,000 per kilometer cost of our roads, it's going to be pretty close to that. And if you believe that going 10 years hence that will stay the same, then they're a pretty close match. But from the BC government numbers that I got on our roads, it came out, and they're very incomplete. I can't stress enough that they're very incomplete. But what I did get, and the very few estimates that I made that I totally lowballed, it came out to over $9,000 per kilometer. Remember, that's really lowball. So if you believe about the $9,000 number, you're going to find that your taxes go up a certain, a certain percent, $100 more. But then I looked at Bowen Island's very real road numbers, and Bowen Island's roads are very similar to ours. Actually, ours might be even a little more expensive for a couple of reasons. I won't get into them. But their projected road costs for the next 5 years will be $16,300 per kilometer. So if you believe in the $7,000 number, you get to vote one way. You believe in the $9,000 number, which is rock solid, your taxes will go up. If you believe in the Bowen Island numbers, you can see that that's just for basic road costs. And then in the incorporation study report, it's noted that there's over $33 million worth of rehabilitation and reconstruction work that is needed right now. So it suggests in the report that we either start doing that work at $1.1 million per year over 30 years, like the roads are going to wait. They need the work right now, but somehow some of them are going to wait for 30 years. That's when roads are defunct, if they're not dealt with. then you're going to add $1.1 million per year. And the way that their tax estimates go, for every $1 million more that a municipality needs, it's $148 more on a $480,000 average residential property. And then if we decide to do $2.2 million worth of rehab and reconstruction over 15 years, it's going to go up. I mean, you can just see it's the red line here. And then the light green above it is if we have a road fall into the sea, for example. There's a few stretches that are due and overdue, as well as getting fixed now. Then it could be $500,000 a year. That's kind of minimal. It could be $1 million a year. Every time you add $1 million, you've got another $148. So if you take the realistic, I think, Bowen numbers, or the real world numbers anyway, and you believe those numbers, you're going to get a tax bill that's $600, $700, $800 more per year, some years, and probably most years, than presently. So that's just how it adds up. And there's other road information by the side as well. Thank you.